such a time as this.
And welcome back to For Such a Time as This, the place where there is no such thing as a silent witness. Want to encourage you to go to our web page for such a time as this today, for such a time as this today, for such a time as this today, as YouTube and other platforms, liberal platforms, continue to censor Christian voices. If you go to our webpage, you'll always be able to stay in contact with us and keep up with the latest material. Okay. All right, here we go. This is the Reverend Dr. Jill Richardson. Here she is right here. Received her doctorate of ministry from Gordon Conwell in 2020. The focus on intergenerational faith learning. Holds a master's in divinity from Bethel Seminary in St. Paul and a bachelor of arts in English. I guess she goes around speaking at events, we're told, to pastors and what not. Here's where she has made us quite a stir on social media with her opinion, I guess you can say. Here it is. If your pastor can't push out a baby into the world, don't expect him to birth a revival in a church. Unbelievable. That's not the worst of it. She's basically denigrating men, saying that men, if they're pastors, they're not going to be the agent of change that is needed nowadays. Do not expect him to birth a revival. Mr. Kate Fullerton responds to her. To Reverend Dr. Jill Richardson, Mr. Kate says this: I would like this, except that it also excludes me as an infertile woman and also trans woman. So A for effort. The reason why you're infertile, Mr. Kate, is because you're a man and men can't give birth. But the Reverend Dr. Jill Richardson says this: I'm sorry, I didn't mean you had to have done so, but that women can do it. The problem why Mr. Kate can't do it, because Mr. Kate's not a woman. Mr. Kate's a man who thinks he is a woman, but she's apologizing. I'm sorry, I don't mean, I didn't mean you had to have done so, but that women can do it. I would love an appropriate analogy for a trans woman. So she's apologizing to a man who thinks he's a woman, and using her analogy, she excluded the man who is confused. And so she apologizes to the man. This is nuts. This is nuts. But before I get to the next clip, want to set the scene. The text, from my understanding, is this: that the Reverend Dr. Beth Moore, no, she doesn't go by that title, but Beth Moore, she's been in the news and social media, and she's apparently preaching from this text here, 1 Thessalonians 2:3, for our appeal does not spring from error or impurity or any attempt to deceive. How ironic that she is preaching from this text here, or an attempt to deceive. But just as we have been approved by God to be entrusted with the gospel, so we speak not to please man, but to please God who tests our heart. For we never came with words of flattery. That's a typo. It's supposed to be a subscription. Flattery, as you know, nor with a pretext for greed. God is witness. Nor did we speak glory from people, whether from you or from others, though we could have made demands as apostles of Christ. Here it is, verse 7. But we were gentle among you, like a nursing mother taking care of her own children. Verse 7 again, but we were gentle among you. Paul describing how he was amongst the new believers. We were gentle among you, like a nursing mother taking care of her own children. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what Beth Moore got out of it.
So what I'm telling you is that what it takes to have a healthy family in our domestic household is the same thing that it takes in our church family. That there's got to be this nurturing of this mother-father kind of thing. And it's coming. He's a man, and he's talking about, we loved you as a mother. We loved you as a father. So here's the beautiful part of it. If you are in any kind of leadership, any kind of mentoring in the faith, if you're just like raising up some people, you're head of a small group, you're head of a life group, whatever it may be, you are called to mothering, man or woman. You're called to this kind of mothering. It is essential for the household of faith. It is essential for the household of the domestic family. I want you to center with me on verse 8, first of all. On verse 8 that says these words, because I love them so much. So being affectionately desirous of you, we were ready to share with you not only the gospel of God, but also our own selves, because you had become very dear to us.
She goes on to verse 8 about affection. But verse 7. Let me put it up there again. But we were gentle among you, like a nursing mother taking care of her own children. Use an analogy about a mother being gentle with her child, and she takes that to mean fathers have to mother. I'm sorry. Fathers can't mother because fathers are fathers. They're not mothers. Fathers can't mother because fathers aren't mothers. Fathers aren't women. Fathers can father. Mothers can mother. Mothers can't father, and fathers can't mother. But here you have this confusion, this I don't even know what you call it. I don't know how the heck she got all of that out of what she got. Look. It's along the same line. It is this attack on masculinity. It is somehow elevating women above men. Both are equal in the sight of God, equal worth. I believe there's going to have women. There are going to be women in heaven with bigger crowns than men. We have different roles. But it's this attack on men. It is this confusing. You are called to mother. Whether you're a man or a woman, you're to mother.
For such a time as this,